Coach, you want to open up?
To God be the glory. Every good and perfect gift comes from the Lord, and I thank you for the victory. I thought the way we came out to start the game really was the difference in the game on both ends, and I think it's important how you start games. You establish the floor. And I thought we did a good job at it defensively. Getting off to, I think it was a 23-1 start, something like that. 23-3, 18, 23-3, 10-0. And I thought Scott Thomas really got us going offensively. He was great. And we established the game. And then in the second half, you know, we maintained, but I was pleased. George made some big shots in the second half, late shot clock. And that's a time where we need him to be able to create big opportunities. So all in all, the defense was the difference. 29% from the field, 26 from 3, 40 points. You know, our defense has picked up over the last 4 games. And it's really making a difference. So it's good that we can put 2 consistent efforts together back to back. That was great to see also.
Coach, how much of an effect did you think that big second half at Western had today? Did you think there was a carryover there?
I think, well, you know what, on our whole team, you know, I think when you play, if you have a second half at a place like Western, I think at the time, I don't know how many games they lost at home this year, but none. I think they were undefeated at home and played. And we've had some tough games there, some tough losses, some close games. But to play that well at Western on the road, it definitely, I think, is a shot in the arm, and it lets our guys know what they're capable of. So I definitely think that is something to build on, and I think it carried over to this game.
We can talk a little bit about the start that Scott got off to. It looked like he made his first shot, and that just kind of got everything rolling for him, didn't it?
Yeah, you know what? He came out aggressive, and again, like you said, when you make your first few shots, it makes a difference. You know, Scott is a guy that, you know, he just does so much for us. And he still had 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. You know, he's just a guy that, at the end of the day, helps you win in a lot of different ways. So it was good to see him make shots. It was good to see him because he's been doing a lot of other things the last couple of games. But it was good to see him be able to get some open looks and knock them out.
Scott mentioned he thought that the guys playing harder and tougher in practice had led to the recent successes we talked about, like over the last 4 games, the defense is just better all around the play. Do you see that the guys are going harder in practice?
You must have heard what he said, Scott. I think we are. You know what? I think we are. I think we've had some more competitive, and I think they practice. You know, I think our practices have picked up. I think they have, and that's been something that we've emphasized as a team. I believe that. And our young guys are working hard to push our older guys. And, our team, we have room for improvement. And the way you get better and the way you get used to playing hard is in practice. You don't have to practice long. Don't have to be long practices this time of year, but it's good that you can have competitive practices, and guys, when they get in the game, it becomes second nature.
Coach Jordan's been on a string of really solid play for several games since that train wreck against Akron. Any coincidence there?
Well, you know what? The season is a marathon. I talk about it with our guys, and you know, you just got to keep getting up. You know, as long as the good Lord allow you another day and another game, you got another opportunity. And at the end of the day, it's your body of work that's going to speak for itself, and you're going to have to bounce back from tough games. And I think Jordan, he's maturing in that way. You know, you got to bounce back from tough halves. You got to bounce back from a rough 5-minute stretch. And I think that's something you got to learn to do. And I think in Jordan's case, it's a matter of maturity, understanding what you got to do to, if you get off track, to get back on track, and then confidence. You know, not allowing a bad stretch either, or a rough stretch in the game, or back-to-back game, not allowing the last play to affect the next play. And I think that's a maturity thing. I think as a point guard, I think you have to grow into that because that's the one position you can't hide. You know, you can have a rough game in any other spot, and you may not touch the ball in a couple of possessions. If you play the center or forward, you know. But as a point guard, you can't hide, and sometimes it can snowball. You know, if you're not careful. So mentally, you got to regroup quick, and I think he's learning that. You know, his second half against Western was much better than his first half. You know, and he bounced back from a slow first half to a great second half, and that was a big part of our run. So you know, I think that's a sign of maturity. Somebody's thinking. So that's good to see.
Coach, would you talk a little bit about the second half, and shooting numbers kind of fell off, and the turnovers weren't bad, but we were at the second half.
You know what? I thought we didn't shoot it as well, and really we weren't as strong inside in the game. You know, we didn't. You know, we really didn't get much inside production. You know, we got some dunks from Torian. You know, we had some stretches where we missed free throws, but you know, we weren't able to be productive inside out. You know, for most of the game, but probably more so in the second half, and that's where you got to play. You got to be able to really keep scoring. You got to be able to play inside out. And then we didn't get as many transition baskets. I think we had 9 in the first half, points, somewhere around here.
9 fast break.
Yeah, we only had 2 in the second. So the tempo kind of slowed down, but you know, again, you know, we'll take it. We just gotta, you know, we gotta remember, you know, that we gotta be productive inside out, and we really didn't get that productivity as much today.
Was a lot of that based on having such a comfortable lead at the half, do you think?
I mean, you just have to look. I don't know now. You know, the game shouldn't be that way. I just think we just for whatever reason, through the entire game, we weren't as productive inside out. Other than some dunks, Cam made a nice post move, a couple of nice post moves, but we weren't as productive inside as we have been. So that's something that, you know, we definitely want to stop.
Coach, considering the first half of conference play there with all the close losses and whatnot, I guess
Hold
what
on, what you said?
just considering the first half of your conference schedule there with all the close losses and whatnot, what does winning 2 games like this in the manner in which you have do for your team psychologically moving forward?
Hey, anytime you can see you can get wins and you can play well. But you can play well and they lead the wins. They say that anytime you can play well and they lead the wins, it's a confidence builder. I mean, it's a that's important. Again, the season's a marathon. It's a long season, and you just can't stop playing. Can't quit playing. You got to learn to persevere. And our guys, we got a resilient group of guys, and I'm glad that they see that their hard work and really their attention to detail is paying off, because I think it needs to be reinforced. If you play the game defensively and you rebound the ball and you execute on offense and you play the game a certain way to our strengths, you'll have success. And sometimes, it's easier for players to buy into that when you win. So they've hung in there, and I think they understand about practices. They understand now about having great possessions on offense. They understand the value of not turning the ball over. They understand how very important it is to defend and rebound the ball every game. And I think the biggest jump for us is our defense. This is the fourth game in a row where teams have shot below 40%. This is the second game in a row where teams have not scored over 50, scored in the 40s. It's just that defensively, you got to guard, and I think we've done that. And we have to continue.
Good.
Thank you.
All right.